person fees. Fast, easy, and secure.
Momona Wesegi. You all want your cheese.
Nobody plays more music. Absolutely
For the next
nobody.
13
From
days,
Central Monrovia to
I will
York
keep your
Terry.
crying.
This is Freedom FM.
What I will
Mix by
continue
mix.
to do, I have already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. So he passing around, oh, cause that, cause that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all sitting there talking nonsense? Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boga, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boga deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to create service of Boga. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not creating something because I want to create something. I'm creating something because we said yesterday, former president, we are right private jet. When the Joseph Boga are brought to power, is riding private jet from here to go to Louvain. Yeah. But I will speak because people in Saturday saw me when I was passing to go with my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the road yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them in campaign. This country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live from. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. You say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you make is breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go up? Because they want to increase the time. They say they are too short. You cannot be a cancer, then you want to run blue. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening, and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people on the government came and said, "Sanctify people," don't know when you say, "Give me 1%, I won't go in talk." But they said that over there employ their family because they need work. It's not the person that needs work, and not the person sanctify person they want there. We employ our family because some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody's time when the country is not better. It is everybody's time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, "What is happening?" These people will have to appoint a commission for sacrifice. What is happening? They are educated people. They never education. They never have where you come from. They have people that are living in those countries. The only person with interview that we can't cheat that from. Our marketers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million can bring out our market here, split them out, and the other ones to empower themselves. The money is there. Because we have close.
Hello.
Yeah,
my son, you made mistake.
What?
I heard you last night near indeed you absolutely after the whole election at in my corner. If you hear my preaching most Sundays, you will conclude that I'm right. Will you rescue as a nomenclature after winning? The broadcaster don't even answer my phone, they don't pick me up. They don't lay me down. They don't even have time. Oh, I don't talk because God knows why it's happening. And everything I will accept it because our son who is vice president to him from Mimba, the Mimba will not understand if I can't hit him on breaker. The Senate had a start of breaker. When we have vote, the Senate did this
one more freedom one more freedom when they welcome me, they say they were freedom fighters. When they welcome me, they say they were liberators. But when they kill their crown, they change mind. When they kill,
oh yes, indeed.
They change their mind.
What a great day!
People they so they are freedom fighters.
Another perfect opportunity to be back behind these microphones to engage and engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Thursday morning from the nation's capital, Monrovia. Another brand new day. to begin to get out there and hustle. Somebody said once, since the rescue has failed, you ought to use your common sense to make things work for yourself. So get out there and apply sufficient common sense.
When they were coming, they said they were
because the government itself seems lacking in any kind of solution to just whatever you need to get around to make life easier. Good morning. The freedom fighters have turned to killers. Every other day, there is some kind of report about violence, brutality, deaths, killings, and all the such. Just when the rescuers has come. You know, when you're in a situation of distress, when you hear the alarm of the rescue team, you feel relieved. You get a sense of hope that indeed, whatever danger, whatever threat that was upon your life, whatever hardship it was, at least you will then start to feel a sense of relief. But in the case of Liberia today, this rescue train, this rescue alarm, this rescue mission has become a nightmare. Liberians are dying. Liberians are getting killed. There is a serious tension between citizens and the police, and it is continuing unabated. This is becoming so very frustrating and disappointing, as most people are left wondering, where do we run to for security? Who do we go to for safety and protection? When it seems like we and the police have become enemies or rivals, and we're at each other every other day and night. So we have this instance that occurred on last evening, yesterday, the afternoon hour or thereabout, where there were reports about a fellow who actually started putting up some abnormal attitude, and then friends and family decided to call the police. The police moved in, were unsuccessful in rescreening the young man, and so the situation became the situation became tense, and this abnormal fellow injured a couple of police officers. So the only option the police felt was to shoot and kill. And sadly, a young man identified as Matthew is the latest victim of police shooting. Then the question becomes, was the guy a criminal? Were they responding to a scene of armed robbery? Was that the only means to put this guy under control? Couldn't the police use the pepper spray in the event? Couldn't the police shot the man on his legs, his feet? Why did they choose to shoot the man in the stomach?
When they were coming, they said they were liberators.
That means it was clearly intended to kill him. Did the family call the police to kill their relative, or they called to rescue and save him, put him under control?
What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people?
I will listen to the RG explanation, which has turned out to be a diabolical contradiction from the actual reality. And this attempt by the police inspector general to always provide justification for killing Liberian citizens is becoming habitual. And Liberians, ordinary people, families, and friends across the country are becoming tired of Gregory's justification of the reckless endangerment of the life of ordinary Liberian citizens by members of the Liberian National Police. So we'll talk about that this morning. We're going to have a couple of conversations on the phone with some folks in particular areas to speak to us about different issues. And of course, like I promised yesterday, Liberia and DSTV, Liberia's representative to the finals of the Big Brother Naija television show in Nigeria. Our own staff and workmate Hagar Gonda will join us and share the experience and talk to us about what the lessons that Liberia, the entertainment industry, the youths, and investors in Liberia, local Liberian investors can learn from that and the potential it holds. So Hagar Gonda will talk to Hagar. Of course, Hagar is going to be a guest this morning on the Freedom Money Rise. Yeah, so the co-host has become a guest. Yeah, the same way here, Mosaic be a week giving a minute. I will come on that picking the money. But look, man, we're going to be talking entertainment, Big Brother Naija, what you need to know, and all of that. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency has been making some rounds, and we have equally been having some concerns and questions as to some of the operations that the current ORC and his team have been carrying out. And so a friend and brother that's gone in to assist in public and, of course, media relations, Mr. Sam Collins, will equally call and talk to Mr. Sam Collins briefly to explain some of the activities as we've been seeing as regards the operation of the interim management team there at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, some of the arrests, some of the operations, and the status of these contrabands that have been arrested, the situation with the individuals arrested with the substances, where are they, and all you need to know about the LDEA attempts to fight or address the fight against drugs. Sam will talk to us briefly. Right after Sam, grab the phone and talk to an activist who has begun receiving death threats, according to report, for his advocacy for the rights of laborers. Labor rights activists George Tingbe has alarmed and reported barrage of life threats from elements within the government and, of course, powerful companies and concessions across the country for his consistent advocacies and a full exposure of labor rights issues at different levels. This morning on the show, the shape and size of the conversation, plus the cash giveaway, we intend to do at least 4 draws this morning on star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, thanks always for joining. We're here up to 10 o'clock. That's exactly the look of the menu, and of course, it promises to be a very interesting conversation, informative, educative, and of course, you get it all right here on the big station, the Freedom Morning Rush is Liberia's most informative breakfast platform where we discuss the issues with our fear and our favor. So yeah, we are having breakfast with Gregory Coleman this morning. So Gregory Coleman, I have already discovered the defects in Gregory's policing mentality. So this morning we're going to be speaking directly to that, and so that the nation is aware of why you see Gregory perform the way he performs, and probably he himself is not aware of his own defects. So it's important. It's an education opportunity for Gregory Coleman. You know, Gregory is just as an ordinary person like you and myself who became passionate about policing and started hanging around, and then of course opportunity came. He took on to the opportunity. It's not a case of you know, a person who, you know, all along has been a police officer, went to school and came from there and did this, blah blah blah. So you know, just at the beginning I go Peter Kukui is a Peter Kukui kind of police officer. Yeah, and no disrespect anyway. But look, folks, so welcome. Just whatever you're up to this morning. I know times are hard, things are tough. Another day has broken, and of course you're wondering the very things you could not achieve yesterday. You're out here again, thinking how these things gonna be possible for you, and all that is tough. Difficulties all over the place, and the government seems to be losing it. I don't know, and pundits are indicating that if this year ends like this, without the government clearly defining or identifying a strategy on um, poverty eradication or minimization, and without a strategy on how to create jobs, how to ensure employment, a strategy on, because for the most part, what is at risk now is survivability in the country. That's what at risk. Even people who are working are not receiving their pay. The pay are not coming on time, and of course, businesses are going down. Things are tough. So I'm told this guy who normally he's a big brother anyway. Lester Tierney have come out. You know, Lester is a very erratic kind of guy. You know, I mean, he's pretty very difficult to put under control. So he's like that. So at this point, he has come out to clearly state that indeed, look, no matter how we try to polish and pin these things, it seems like we are not getting it right with the violations and everything that's going on, especially with the Ministry of Labor, right? Lester, some of the very things we said here. You remember the report to the Senate that time, where over how many thousand jobs were sold in work permit and all of that. So it will interest you to know that the government and the president has done nothing about that. So that became concerning for Lester Tierney, and Lester decided to take up an issue with his own government. So the government is failing. The government is disastrous. Things are tough. Liberians are crying. Liberians are crying. When will this payday reach? So, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, followers of Liberia's most listened to radio network, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. I am very pleased to present to you a very disturbing reality that exposes that exposes ignorance, that exposes dullness from the office of the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. You know, some mistakes can be permitted depending on the source. But if we imagine all of the money that we're putting into this government and into particular offices, to see that people who have claimed to be sophisticated and all that began to write embarrassingly and disgracefully, this is unacceptable. So yesterday I'm not sure if it's in the public yet, so I managed to lay hand on a letter written by the chief of office staff in the office of the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia to the chairman or president of the Liberia Chamber of Commerce. Right? Take our time and understand these things, folks. These are the educated people. So you gotta know. So this letter was written by the on yesterday, in fact. So they're shocked. How did Abu lay hand on this letter? Just yesterday, right? Just yesterday, the thing left our office, and bim, we are not even sure if the president of the Chamber of Commerce has read the letter, but Abu has it, and he has already started sharing it on the social media. Right? And I'm going to read it. I hope the Vice President office is listening. I hope Prince Menkalo Agbiyu. Prince Menkalo Agbiyu. Pardon me if I'm not getting that name right. It is a traditional name, and I'm not sure my tongue is able to rightly pronounce it. So, dear Honorable Davis, the President of the Chamber of Commerce, Natty B. Davis Sr. So the letter reads, Dear Honorable Davis, subject, invitation for stakeholder meeting on work permit. I present my warm compliments and on behalf of Honorable Jeremiah Kwankun Sr., Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the man who, when he's moving, everybody can park. That the man there, and chair of the Presidential Ad Hoc Economic Contradiction Committee. Folks, does not mean put it there. and I want to agree with this. The Presidential Ad Hoc Contradiction Committee. I am not sure if this was a mistake. This is the actual nomenclature of that so-called useless body that was set up that clearly violate and undermine and expose the uselessness of the economic management team. There's an economic management team, right, that manages and advises the presidents on the status of the economy and some of the shocks and issues within the economy, and provide sound economic recommendation for implementation. So if you set up a contradictory team that understands and has no defined scope of operation, that has no professional background in understanding the nitty-gritty of some of those issues that are affecting the markets currently, that has got no scholarly background or understanding of how market forces are kind of regulated and all that, but just set up a committee and put a buffoon, quote unquote, as per the subject matter now, right? And anything you're not aware of, you're a buffoon in that area. If you put, for example, you put Alexander Kumi on a football field, he'll go across like a buffoon because he better know where the wings are where you're supposed to be standing. So as soon as the game is on, you see him exemplifying buffoonery, running all over the place and looking short and and things like that. And people will say, "Oh, we thought the man looking at William Gallas, but all these things will happen." So then it becomes a scene of comedy. So this is the case with the vice president. He put him in charge of something. He better understand he's not school. He has no one, but he is the man, and people are there. The eye service thing. Everybody gonna be there. Nobody gonna be like trying to. Even people who know it, they'll be waiting for a lead. But the leadership he's gonna be providing is gonna be ill-informed, right? And of course, without any background in the subject matter. But the presidency, a man a long time, a businessman. All they say the man was selling cigarettes. He go JK, he take the cigarette then from JK, the Guinea Post cigarette, and bring it to Ganta and sell it. That the man business experience. All the presidency, Jamaican should handle the prices in the country. Because way back, Jamaican used to go to cigarette from JK, he can't sell it in Ganta, he take gasoline from Ganta and carry JK and go sell it. He start doing cigarette business from there. He started selling medicine. And you see the medicine, what the women can be having in a bucket and things that Jeremiah couldn't start so that the men on a business experience the business. What kind of country? Hey, Baka. You see, you leave people who go to real school and know that you say, oh, because the man is to take the fact that the man was successful in taking medicine from Guinea and can't sell it in Ghana and taking cigarette from Ghana and selling and gasoline from Ghana and blah, blah, blah. So the men are big business. So that the men know how to solve the prices issue, what price is going or what price is not going up. That black market experience, anyway, the vice president. But this is the vice president can't argue these things. These are facts, and the people out there, they know it. So the COS said that his boss, the vice president, is head of the Presidential Ad Hoc Economic Contradiction Committee. Folks, Liberians, are you listening? Presidential Ad Hoc Contradiction Committee. Who set up this contradiction committee for the vice president to head? So this contradiction committee, according to the COS in the office of the vice president, requests that you kindly invite importers and manufacturers to a meeting scheduled Monday, October 13, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. in the vice president's conference room on Capitol Hill. So all of you importers, okay, and manufacturers are now invited in the office of the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia to his contradiction committee's meeting. The ad hoc committee set up by the president for contradiction. That means am I the author of this communication, folks? I'm reading. I'm going to post it on my page. For those of you who are not friends, my name is quite simple. I have my son's picture on it. Abu M. Sharif with a single F, and then you get it. And then we share all these things there. Can you imagine? Imagine somebody sitting somewhere. This is coming from Liberia's vice president office. Now, let's come to why was the committee set up? And the president set up that committee through that the statement he made from the ministerial, was it not the ministerial, but the Independence Day, when the independent orator slapped him in the face. And I don't know why Gregor Cook, or not Gregor, but this Kinju Sokin, Minister of Information, how you call it? Jeremy Pia who lied to the people in the ministry. And this thing here, you're taking it for a joke. Jeremy Pia lied to the employees in the Ministry of Information that, in fact, he was bringing balls for them. But guess what? Normally, when government is buying buses for its staff, they do it locally, right? They buy from these people here. But Jeremy Pia go tell the people, say he has bought the bus in Europe, and the bus is on his way to Liberia. And it has been 6 to 7 months Since Jeremy P allowed to the post say he bought boss in Europe, the people can see the boss picture, they can see nothing. All he told the staff that he bought boss. Up to now, when they go in meeting the ask for the boss, you can tell the post say if you tired working, resign. You won't work resign. And the boss say, oh, gee, we spending too much on copy this time. When our boss come and say, if you not want work, you want a job, resign. That's how arrogant Jeremy Pia and Daniel Sano has turned into in the ministry. I'm told there are three in the ministry that are very arrogant. The DMA, Jeremy Pia and Daniel Sano. Very rude, and ill manner and disrespectful to their professional colleagues. But look, the folks are not professional. I don't know the DMA like that, right? But I think I know Daniel, and and I think I know the other guy from Grand Bassa. So this is how the vice president embarrassed himself. See, in fulfillment of the committee mandate for liberal economic revitalization strategies, the president gave the vice president a mandate that in 45 days he should solve the problem with the prices on the market, right? The vice president and failed. He failed already. The president stayed up. As soon as open the phone now and ask the people, from the time the president said the vice president should go and regulate the prices to now, how much are you buying one pojo fish in the market? And the same $100 people buying for one when it used to be $40, right? The rescue government and take it to $100, then two for $250. Oh yeah, we know because we can go in the market. Right? When the country get hot, when things get shit, it didn't manager can go in the market and stuff. So, in fulfillment of the economic revitalization strategy, so Jamal can change the president whole mandate. He said, in fact, he in charge now. That thing what the president say, oh, he will address the prices, the people complaining, say prices up. He come and revitalize the whole economy. You're working on strategy to revitalize the whole economy. Is that coming reset the economy? So Jeremiah Kun is saying the president ain't doing nothing with the economy, the country, everything chakla. So I said that mean won't be president in 2029. So all the manufacturers, all the importers, you can say now in my conference room. I need to tell you, I need to share with you the strategy on revitalizing, taking this and coming from this field rescue approach, and this is how I want you to be operating. So you see, we have a state in state. The vice president running your own show, the president running your own show. The president did not ask you to go do economic revitalization single-handedly on your own. The president asked you, say you've been selling cigarettes from Zedekode to Ganta, and you're selling from gas from Ganta to JK and all these things, right? So that your cigarette experience and gas experience that you get in the market, but me, I just been whooping on government and things. So that your cigarette and gas experience, what you get from Zedekode and Ganta, can't tell all what we can do to put the bread down. So I gave you 45 days. Use your Zedekode to Ganta cigarette experience and tell all how we can put the price down. 45 days pass. You don't know nothing. You don't say nothing. We see one release, one paper. He has several meetings. You call the other people. Talk Ministry of Commerce. You go there, journal, and then Kim Otan journalists stop going. Then they had to rush in for medical. You go there, you forget about the whole press building. You come back in the country now, sit down for long. Jeremiah, Alexander Cummings fire them. Simon Freeman fire. Everybody are firing from all over. The economy is bad. Things are tough. The man said, okay, I got to do economic revitalization. So the man wrote this communication and calling his committee a contradiction committee and telling all the importers and manufacturers to consider in a contradiction committee meeting and then to revitalize or to proffer or design or come up with strategy to revitalize the economy. But I leave that with he and your boss. So they can fight anyhow. But this is just to clearly pinpoint that there is a deep-seated conspiracy around authority within the governance structure. Whether you like it or not, you accept it or not, Kun sees himself as the man who whose future is at stake. And he's kind of grabbing the bull by the horn, caring less about the authority of the president. You see the yellow machine thing? Kun disrespected the president's instruction, and he has been doing it on his own. And all the people in the sector pay heed directly to him. The Minister of Public Works is listening no more to the executive mansion, but to Jeremiah Kun's office. The PPCC man became a bear ball for Jeremiah Kun in China, right? Passing around. And this is how the whole, I'm seeing people on social media asking about the yellow machine, the starter of the yellow machine, blah, blah, blah. The whole arrangement is so clandestine. So they are supposed to be near completion, but the details, there are a lot of devils within the details. So at the end of the day, it's becoming difficult to come out. They know people like us have got a lot of information, so we're just waiting for them to put their hair outside. As soon, yeah, like the turtle, as soon as the turtle sense that there is danger out there, will not put a hair outside. Will always keep a hair inside, and they'll be spying small. When the danger goes away now, before you pull outside. So in the case with the yellow machine, the way the arrangement has happened, so they're trying hard to window dress and fix it and put. But I know anyhow they do it, there will still be terrible things around. Anytime they pull outside, you see we'll pull the holes. Because when they pull outside, they gotta put all the document outside. When they bring the document outside versus what we have, that's when we'll start to juxtapose and expose, and then you will see Jeremiah Kun, the yellow machine thing you're looking at. Right? Already cool guy damaging your whatever ambition you get for 2029. But the yellow machine thing will hold your whatever ambition and just break it into pieces. Because the day you put your yellow machine story outside, then the documents and the facts will start to unleash them, right? The public will know that you have zero credibility and you are using the public office to amass wealth for yourself and preserve your parochial interests. This is against the code of conduct, and this is against the best interest of the suffering Liberian masses. And pretty much tell me, if these facts are made known to the Liberian populace, how are they going to see you as any viable alternative for presidency in Liberia? How are they? Then that's going to come in at a time where you have an internal unity party opposition to your ambition. So you see that? So then you go Nimba, you have Koga that's doing everything he can to reclaim the birthright of the indigenous Nimba people and to sniff it away from the Sando man that came and enjoyed privileges in Nimba and started to think that he can control all the people in Nimba. And the people say, they not break, they not wake up. That nonsense will not happen. Oh, yes. Nimba is hospitable. Nimba welcomes people. We embrace our nephews. We give them opportunity to grow. But no, we do not give them the opportunity to dictate with us. And these are the conversations in Nimba. Don't you know it? Oh, yes. These are the conversations. And Nimbayans are saying, let's reclaim. Do you follow? There's an online platform that talks Nimba, that prioritizes Nimba, influential voices. They're there. They're having these conversations. There are the backstage conversations and the on the stage conversations. So we're telling you this. And in all of it, Kun does not. The few Nimbayan that you see hooping around Kun are doing so to preserve and protect whatever appointments and job that they have now and maintain the proximity to power to continually exploit whatever privilege and chances that they have now. That is it. Beyond that, zero. Take Kun away from there, you will see absolutely nobody go back to Koga. So that is a reached position already. That position has been reached in Nimba. And so Kun is like an outcast, but for the most part, politically speaking, in the county. So he's on his own, but like he is the vice president. People like us start arguing, you gotta call the man's the vice president, irrespective of whatever. No, we're talking about the county. We're talking about the county. The county has this. But anyway, that's another subject for another day. And so on Monday, we'll watch to see what happened with the Economic Revitalization Committee. So with that said, let's check up on the cash giveaway and see what is happening. When we come back, we take a walk with Crime Stopper Liberia, after which we speak to a few of our folks that need to update us on some of the issues across different sectors here this morning. Okay, so *255 *1 hash, *255 *1 hash is the code. Continue to play and continue to play your cash giveaway this morning. You have the chance to win up to 25,000 Liberian dollars. The more you play, the better the chances are to win. Remember, we're getting close to the weekend and we have rights to give out. We have sufficient rights to give out to lucky winners. Just for 50 Liberian dollars, you have a chance to win 2,000 plus bag of rice, $16 bag of rice. Spare the rate. *255 *1 hash, *255 *1 hash is the whistle wasa, and of course, we are here this morning. *255 *1 hash is the code. So let's see the next few minutes. Let's get okay, so we are almost there to do the first draw. So it's 8:16 to 8:20. By right in 4 minutes, we should be able to get how many players we need, basically, right? We should be able to get that. But let's see. Yeah, give it a try. *255 *1 hash, right? *255 *1 hash for just 50 cents Liberian dollars. You can win 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and up to 25,000. And then you also enter the draw to be qualified to win rice over the weekend, bag of rice over the weekend. So it is your chance, it's your moment, it's your opportunity. *255 *1 hash, *255 *1 hash. Others are winning, you too can win. You just need to be able to put yourself into it. And of course, you see what happens. For those of you that can play one time and then you give up, you sit down and then you be calling, oh, and I play, I can't win, this, that. Basically, I don't know how to help you. The best way I can help you is to let you know that in order for you to win, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent in your play. And you always have to consider, especially at this point that I am paused now, the focus is on the cash giveaway. I've opened the dashboard and this is what we're looking at. So you have to keep playing now, because once we hit the threshold, we do the draw. So when you're playing at this time, your number is active around there, right? So it makes it easier. *255 *1 hash, *255 *1 hash. For those of you out there, our followers, our fans, and supporters, it's an opportunity to win here this morning on the show. *255 *1 hash, *255 *1 hash. And the cash giveaway is getting even better because there are a lot of stuff's coming up. There's a program coming out shortly, which I'm sure management will be talking to all of you on. But all you got to do, times are hard. No job in the place, no employment, nobody hiring, people laying down. You're working to the place, for example, you're working to the salon, right? And you see that in a day, you used to get at least 5 customers a day. But now in a week, you better get 5. So even if your boss lady not paying you on time now and thing, or the administration, I mean, be human being to understand. Because where you think the lady is getting the money from to pay, right? And that when people come, business going and moving more, and they pay you on time. But you're saying that right there. You're seeing it. Customer flow has dropped. So while you're sitting there, you keep playing your lay stuff, you're collecting your lay 5, 10, 15, 25,000, you keeping that one, helping you until boss lady can raise some money from other sources and come. And this is why businesses are closing. Because when you hire people, they're working with you, they get family and things. Sometimes it's difficult for them to understand what it is. So when you do it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and things are not getting better, you say, no, let me put my hand for anything, or it'll break me down. It seems like things down. So that's how people are either scaling down or they're closing their businesses. Some people took 10 years to build their business. Some people took 15 years, right? And it took just a Joseph Boakai to come to power and close people's businesses down. He is not moving in to say, oh, close it down. But the policies he has implemented, he has failed. Every promises he made, he has failed on all. The economy is in a terrible state. Terrible. Pretty much tell me, as a unity partisan, what is the clear-cut strategy or policy that the government has, or program that the government has, that is assisting small and medium sized businesses, that's leveraging their services and their goods, that keeps them in the market? What are they doing? How effectively are they doing that? Are they prioritizing small Liberian businesses? Does the government has any policies in place that, you know what, because things are hard and we got to keep Liberian businesses up, right? So we institute a policy that any government procurement not exceeding 20,000 should be exclusively procured from a 100% Liberian business. I challenge Gafon who's saying that he's saying making the economy better. Anything. In fact, it should be 50%. How do we create a middle class? How do we create an environment that propels the possibility for Liberian millionaires? Continue to play on *255 *1#. *255 *1#. We make money. We'll come to our Gregory Como conversation, but let's have conversations about the core issues. Because when you're working for people and you hustle, you save small money, you won't create small business. You won't put something on the side to be running. But then you take your high-end money, you put it there. There is no hope, no buyer, right? Government officials, because of kickbacks, right? They prefer buying from foreigners, right? And leaving our shops and stores without buyers. So we are challenging the UP government to do it differently, to prove that something have changed. We challenge you to revisit your fiscal policy and say that procurement-wise, going forward, Mr. President can do an executive order or just whatever, any way you can achieve it, right? Going forward, any government of Liberia procurement not exceeding 50,000 Liberian dollars should be procured from 100% Liberian business, period. Anything beyond 50,000, then you can consider other businesses, other people. But they wouldn't want to do so because of kickbacks. You, the Liberian man, doing your business, you're struggling and things. Then government, some of the procurement manager come to you and tell you, say, oh, Abu, we want stationery, we want your store to supply, right? Ministry of Agriculture, for example. But that 50,000 worth of material that we want, you got to give us on 15,000. But so on your voucher, we'll raise a voucher for 75,000 in your business name, go ticket and things. Man, no, myself, and Agbana Jeda Higbana. Then say that knows that the country money, it will bring issue. But the Lebanese man will not bring issue because he don't care. He get time. The Lebanese man even know whether he put medicine to JFK, he put that your business. Right? So, but when you do that with John Flomo will raise issue. John Flomo will know that you guys are stealing from the country and he is a citizen and he'll start to make that an issue. So they say, man, our partner cover, we are own Liberian men. Liberian men more, they can't close them more. But how you be stealing from the country, you say the people should close them more. And then that person will go and cash that money. So when they fasten down 100,000 for a procurement contract that worth just 25 or 30,000. And then he collects that money, takes his own, and then the big sharks in the ministry or agency collect the rest of the money they steal from the Liberian people. This is what the government is doing. Go to public works. Exactly what they are doing to public works. So, and that is the reason why. So Liberian businesses are left to the regular people. The ordinary citizen that passing can enter the store, bar. Now, economic wise, the purchasing power of the ordinary man has dwindled. So not many people going in the market anymore to buy. Then government are preferring Liberian businesses for contracts and purchases because the policy don't favor Liberian businesses. I think as per the law, I think it's 10,000 or so. It doesn't make sense. You reserve only 10,000 procurement for Liberian businesses. Still, you corrupt those ones. And you expect, you keep Liberians in their own country at that level, 10,000. You think this thing here is making sense? Keep playing on *255 *1#. We can talk about these things and talk about these things. You understand that at the end of the day, the government is not rescuing. So those of you who do not have the capacity to widen the conversation and understand these things, you sit down out there. All basically got to do is listen. But you're passing around with fanaticism and sycophancy and you're saying, oh, the public working. Where's the public working now? When you're passing around KHQ, you see the whole KHQ look like ghost camp. This is the heartbeat of Monrovia, KHQ, the most populated street. But today come there, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Stores are closed. What does that say to you? What does that say to you? How do you see all of those and then you go out somewhere and sit down, you beg somebody to buy you $20 glass of atay and then you're zipping that atay, what you beg for, and then you talking, say, oh, the paper working. How is the paper working? Where is the paper working? When you finish talking to CEO, then you buy around, oh, Macapio. I know some of them, they can be there. Oh, Macapio. You don't do that. Look, even people empathize with you, they help you do something because we're all one people and all of that. But at the end of the day, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping the country because you are aiding and abetting the mediocrity. And that's why you keep and remain a beggar. And you have to prioritize your life and put your life first and stop defending criminals. When you join the bandwagon to push Mo Ali, Amos Tour, and other people to their limit, and they deliver to their limit, and stop taking the Liberian poor money and going to casino and betting every night, right? When they're directing this money to the life of the Liberian people instead of to the casino. So the poor not take the government money, carrying the government money to casino and betting. Then you can't carry rescue, you're defending the people. Oh yeah, oh the leader, oh yeah, is the leader. Some of you in your 40, some of you hitting your 50, you buy around, you wear something that don't got flat clothes, you press it, you count the time. Yeah, okay. At the end of the day, you manage to grab something at 1,000 and you put it in your pocket. Yeah, the country, the people will try. And you see the rule, where the rule, and where the rule. Yeah, but you see the rule that all the men can say. See the president being rule. You see where the rule. Go right here, Benson and Gale Street intersection. Look at how that play has damaged. But I say, oh, the public building the road. So where now? Then you ask them, so where the public building the road? Go Bourgeois Island, Clarendon area there. Last year, they went, they put cement, the cements, they're bossing. So let me take a step on. I come back, I call our guys, and then we'll open the phone lines. Let's break.
About musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Well, it can't take care of it. Crime stopper, yeah, for us. bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must take it, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see a don't keep it, you must part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for
professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan Amanda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of full synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oil, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567, 0778-320-366, or 0778-324-566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's #1.
Okay, thanks a lot, folks. Welcome back. And let's now move quickly. Thanks to old man Samson and Crime Stopper Liberia. It's always a good thing. Okay, so after that commercials, let's get back to business. So let's begin with our own man, of course, and talk about the experience in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. Higa Gona, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning to you. Good morning to the peace and loving people of the great Republic of Liberia and just everyone following the show this morning. It's a pleasure to be on the show this time, not as a co-host, but as a guest. It's great to be here.
Yeah, my man. You're on the firing squad this morning, my man. So, well, look, man. Again, we want to say congratulations. We are very proud of you and everything you do. That is a demonstration of how committed you are and how you take seriously whatever you are convinced and passionate about. So, at least the country sees and knows. And even DSTV is a witness and have identified what we here at Freedom FM has equally identified in Hagar Gonda, and that's why they said among everybody in the country, this man stands out. This man can represent. So talk to us about the experience. First of all, how were you selected to have traveled for the finals?
So this thing started off as just something that I saw as an entertainment, and that, like you said, being committed to something that you want to do and doing it with your heart and all of that. So I started following up on this Big Brother Nigeria, I think a year or two ago.
Okay.
But this time I got solely involved into it, courtesy of the new app that was launched by DSTV, the one they call DSTV Scream. So when I'm home, I will put in time watching Big Brother Nigeria after work and all of that. And then when I go at the office, when I have free time, you know about that. You will see that I will use my DSTV Scream to follow up every activities in the house and all of that. And then from the very day when the housemates were going in, especially for the guys, there was this guy that just caught my attention, and I just started falling in love with him from his introduction on the stage, and that person was Mensa. So all along, I would normally take out my time, vote for Mensa, and sometimes when I vote, I share my vote result, my screenshot on my Facebook page and all of that. So yeah, so and then DSTV launched this program, this competition, and they said. A lady got to me and said, "Hey, my man, you have to necessarily be just voting free. This time you can benefit from your vote. So all you have to do, just send us your screenshot of your vote." And
that person came from DSTV, right?
Yeah, most definitely. So she said, just do a screenshot of your vote, send it to our page, and then after do a video explaining how sweet it is, how beneficial it is to enjoy or watch your programs, your favorite shows on the DSTV screen. And so yes, that's how we started. I did that. In fact, I did that video right at the office. Marilyn was there. We all laughed about it.
Did you have to do that video every other time, or you did it once?
No, the video was only done once. So a screenshot every eviction week. When housemates are out, you have to are out for eviction. You have to vote for the person you love to keep them in the house, and then send a screenshot of DSTV. So that's how it started. I voted and everything. So I did the video, posted it online, and people started liking, commenting, and all of that, the reaction. So the final day of the competition, I was just shocked. One evening I was seated home, and then somebody called me from DSTV and said, "Hey, we want to see you tomorrow. Is it possible?" I said, "When?" He says, "X, Y, and Z." Yes. So you and I were together that Friday when I had to rush there, not knowing it was the official unveiling ceremony that they wanted me to form a part of. I was like, sure, my name was mentioned. So yes, that's how we all started. That's how we all started.
Okay, so and you said you were shocked. So what did they say earn you the privilege to travel? The vote you were making, or the screenshots that you were sending?
So the video I did and posted online is part of the requirement, or was part of the requirement, and which I did. And yes, I was among one of the two persons or more who did that video. But then I got the highest reaction to my video.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then secondly, I sent in the highest vote screenshot.
Oh, okay.
So that is to say, I voted more than all of those who participated in the competition. So yes, that's how we
for Liberia. So that means you voted than every other person in Liberia, right?
It may not be every other person in Liberia, but every other person who took part in the competition. But maybe yes, I voted.
Oh, okay, at the DSTV level. So based on every other person that was sending record to DSTV, you voted more than all the record they had.
Yeah, but definitely I voted from the second week when eviction officially started. All of the weeks that I had eviction, voted. So maybe I'm one of the few who voted throughout the competition. Yeah, that's why it is.
Okay, so then you traveled to Nigeria, Lagos or Abuja? Where was it?
Lagos. No, Lagos is the state that is hosting Big Brother's house.
Okay.
And so we needed just to be around that area.
So talk to us about the experience from the airport, and then you drove to Big Brother house, the reception, the atmosphere, and connecting with new people, and all of that. Talk to us about that. How did it feel for you? I believe the first time.
Yeah, most definitely. I would say the experience and everything was so great. I must appreciate DST Liberia for the opportunity. But again, traveling outside of our country, coming back, I'm still yet to understand why people who call themselves politicians in our country have traveled consistently out of our country. They've gone to medical centers.
No, leave the politician when you come on the show. We'll talk about that one. Leave the politician
so all of these things, I'm just saying this to say how jealous you become, how passionate you become to see success whenever you travel outside of the country. But unfortunately for us, I mean, imagine at the Rabat International Airport, we got only one scanning machine. So even if you have 1,000 travelers who have just entered the country, that one scanning machine, all of them have to wait for that one scanning machine.
Okay.
But now let's get to Ghana. You have several of them. In fact, you have like 6-7 queues, more than that people are using to scan. Not just one person out of that. You have more than 3-4 persons assigned to a particular scanning machine. But in our country, you get one officer and one immigration person. That's just it. And the same thing applies to Lome Togo. And even in Lagos, we were made to take off our shoes, even the socks.
So the issue of one scanner at the airport was only observed in Liberia, and all the other places you saw multiple.
Only observed in Liberia, but everywhere that way. If I actually see this, I think there's a reason why. Sitting now, I understand why you see the influx of drugs in our country. Trust me on this, we have a very poor and terrible security system. Because screening that we went through outside of Liberia, we did not go through it here. I was sure yesterday on the line when I saw a foreigner using diplomatic passport standing before me. I was like shocked. I was asking if I lady before me. I was asking myself about how we got here. How can
that one foreigner can use a diplomatic passport. It's a privileged passport, so you don't know the condition of that foreigner.
But then all of that, that's something I did not see outside of Liberia. That's something I did not see in Ghana. That's something I did not see. I did not see in Lome. That's something I did not see in Lagos.
So let's talk about the people, the reception, the culture.
So yes, the reception, like I said, was so great. And in fact, on the day of the grand finals, it was quite tense. And in fact, Ibuka, when he and I chatted, he was like, God, I saw the flag and I even recognized the flag, but it was backstage because they got it behind the scene.
Yeah, because people were concerned. We all concerned. We're watching. We didn't see you on the TV. Why they didn't put the camera to your side?
So the thing is,
so it's like he didn't put the flare up higher. He didn't put this sufficiently higher.
The flare was recognized, but people did not see me. And why is that? Because that area is almost like a football stadium.
Okay.
So the same way you have camera catching some particular persons at a particular time, you can dictate to the camera what to catch at that time. So that's where it is. But I don't know, but people called and some people tested, oh yes, we saw the flare, but we just did not see you. But then Ebuka said after the show, the next day we met, I think it was on yesterday or so, when we met, he was like, I saw the flag and I even want if I pick how they call it a super fan, that's not a super fan, but a fan to speak, like normally he would do, if you notice, on the evasion week, he will always talk to one or two
Yeah, you come across and talk to one or two fans.
Yeah, one or two fans. But he did not do it on the finals day. He said it was because they were actually pressed with time. Mind you, the eviction runs from 6 to 7 normally. That's why it is. So anything, at least it should be at least 7:15, 7:30. So 7:30, you had 9, even 1 hour 30 meetings. You had 9 persons to evict at least 8 or 7 before getting to the 2 finalists.
Okay.
So you invite 7 persons. You have to acknowledge sponsors. You have artists there that were performing. We had Adekule Good who performed. We had Inyanya who performed. So all of these things require time. So if it was like somebody was to identify like a fan to come and speak, and they did not identify like bro. That's why you guys said if I could reach that point, then yes.
Yeah. If that was no. I mean, come on. We're just we were just like we wanted to see you on camera. I mean, that's but it's okay with the fact that representation was made.
But quite frankly, coming down to the housemates and in the house.
And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because after the meet event, we saw you 1 minute. We saw you very active in the days after with all of the housemates, rubbing shoulders and having conversations and doing short videos. And DSTV Liberia page has been posting all of these. And talk to us about the experience, the warmth of these individuals and all of that, the personalities, particularly meeting the Mensa.
Yeah, so it was just great meeting all of those housemates, and trust me, they were so glad. As you can see in some of the videos posted, even pictures, they were so glad. As we speak, in fact, Emisi had to take the flair of Liberia, and she was so excited.
So you see, it tells you how really dramatic and deserving Emisi is. I told you, I said Emisi is the winner.
Yeah, so Emisi, I had a flair. I took pictures with almost majority of the housemates. But when I got to MEC, Lele said, maybe you think it's only thing you have to leave the flavor out. I'm sure only thing you have to leave the flavor out. And as soon as Lele said it, she checked it. She said, yeah, she checked it. If I put it on her shoulder, appreciating Liberians. But you talk about Mensa. Mensa is somebody who is
no. When you talk about MEC a little bit, because on the TV, she was acting, but to many people, she will come across like crabby and say, oh, she looking like we say normally. She can ask Sam, man, she can ask Zepsi. So physically and practically meeting her. I mean, talk to us. That's MEC. Is she different from what we saw on the TV?
I just think Emisi is an actress, and she's just playing best to that. But from what I saw, I was one person who wrote that. I was one person who said on several occasions that Emisi was fake in the house. But interacting with her in person, even behind the scene when cameras were no longer around, you could see that same Emisi in this house was the same Emisi you could see in person.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So. The same, the only thing is maybe she let her green kilo behind.
She let her green?
She let her green kilo being sleep on behind. But the same image you saw in Biggie's house, that same eyes leg store where she do her eyes in that kind of form.
And we'll put on these angry wigs and all of that.
Yeah. It was the same image. In fact, behind the scene, you will not understand how. And the same thing she did to Kola in the house, the thing she used to do to Kola. She did it to Kola on several occasions behind the scene. Right in the house. Outside of that thing, after the presentation of the brand and all of that. Yeah, okay. So she's somebody that
okay, guys, we gotta hold you there, but just before talk to us, what do you think Liberia as a whole can learn from it, particularly the entertainment industry?
There are too many things that Liberians need to learn from this. In as much as I had to leave and go and follow up on Big Brother Nigeria in Nigeria, I feel jealous that similar competition of such that could be brought to my country or establishing my country to gain attraction is not even on the discussion point of any of our entertainers or people who call themselves money people in this country. It will interest you to know that Big Brother Nigeria, the 10/10 season, had 27 sponsors. 27 sponsors, we're talking about the travel better, and you just name all of those sponsors, the Guinness, all of those art and things that they used to play. These were all sponsors, and the winner of that.
I mean, the businesses are involved. The businesses are involved with it.
Businesses are involved. But do we have businesses in our country that are willing to even support a Liberian cause? No, I don't think so. In fact, there are people who get the money, call themselves entertainers, they claim they have the money, but they don't see these things. I mean, why would it take you to take like 10, 15 persons from here to Nigeria to go and run solo with these guys, get some training on what it was like? I saw the behind the scene. The only you can see on camera is just the finished product of what is done behind the scene. I saw the behind the scene work. We can have Liberians. I know too many good videographers who die in our country here. Why would it take us to just see, maybe if we send 3 or 4 of them out, go and get some training, send another people out to get training in different areas from these very guys. Let's not feel like we're too big to learn from them. No, we can go there, learn from these guys, come back to our country, start up on a very. When the people started in 2006 or 2006, this was not how big Brother Nigeria is. Now you're talking about the women working with 80 million naira in cash and at least on price worth 150 million naira. We may not start on that note. Our first presentation, or our first the induction of that program, or any reality show of such in our country may now start as it is now with Big Brother. It may start on a slow pace, until we get bigger. But Liberians willing to support. Maybe Liberians are the likely the team, but we have the people to put in it, to put what it takes. When you saw over there, that's just something that thing is being that show marks. Is being I should say. This Big Brother Nigeria is purely under what you call it multi-choice. The multi-choice is the sole owner of DSTV.
Sure.
So that's their reality show. That's their thing.
Okay.
So do we have people in our country who are willing to do this? There's a need, man. Liberians, we have to.
Okay, Hagar Gonda, thanks a lot, at least for filling us in with your experience and time out there in Lagos. Welcome back, and so we wish to team up Monday.
So yeah, we team up Monday, but luckily, like I said, many of those people have expressed interest to come to Liberia. Even Emisi have said she want to come to Liberia. Big Sus have said she want to come. Joanna, Mensa, Jason, many of them have said they want to come. In fact, Mensa wanted me to stay for his thank you party. Okay. But I had to, yeah, but that's why it is. So we got a contact. We've engaged. We started on a conversation.
So we'll do the planning. We'll do Freedom Money Rise. We'll bring the people.
Most definitely. That's why we'll talk to most of the housemates on the Freedom Money Rise.
Yeah. Higa Gona, thanks a lot, brother. Okay, so that was Higa. And so let's see, we can talk to, but I think it was a great opportunity. And of course, like he said, and I agree, these are the areas we can focus our energies, entertainment, tourism, and all that. What we need to do, like Higa said, you go out, learn from other people's experiences, you come down, we do the same here. Everybody getting angry with each other, everybody going after each other. And people taking political office to bring other people's businesses down, to bring other Liberians down and make them zero in their country. Those mentalities are not good. Those mentalities are not good. And you will hear a senator say that you can cry tire. A senator look at another Liberian because of a policy that's purely targeting and say you will cry tire. The moment I heard that thing, I said, wow. So you can imagine who else will come after that senator and look at him and say, when he is no longer there, and go after him, and then when they say you will cry tire. So we'll be in that vicious cycle. When other countries are pulling their expertise and resources together, are supporting and pushing each other. Somebody say you're a crap tire. Because politics has overwhelmed and consumed us in everything we do, politics. Right? In everything we do, politics and all that. So yeah, man, we gotta find a way to get this country working and working for everybody. And so it's unfortunate that we have a system today that's clearly living the opposite of anything real. So George Tengbe is a labor activist, and of course, he has alarmed a um, very recently, he has alarmed about threats and all that. So, Mr. Josh Tengbe, you're live on the radio. How are you this morning?
Yes, Abu. Thanks so much for having me. I'm okay. Thanks to the Almighty God for His blessings and protection on my life. I will say first. So yes, I'm okay.
Yeah, briefly, talk to us about this report that you've been targeted. By who? For what?
So this thing it started even when I was not in Liberia, when I was in Germany.
Okay.
I will receive some anonymous texts and calls on my phone. You know, they wanted me to keep out of the government. At the time, the Joseph Boga government just took over, and then people concerns were why is it during the past administration I was not, making these kinds of commentary, and I keep telling them that I, for one, I was one of the persons who said that the former the president, statement about Liberians being their own security was not okay. I think it is the government responsibility to provide us with security. Situation intensified when I came to Liberia, and then I created the Liberia Labor and Governance Alliance, exposing bad practices, and then calling for labor governance and better governance for our country. I mean, then that was when everything just escalated, and I started receiving more texts and calls on my phone. People saying they know my house, they know my parents, they know my mom, my dad, XYZ. They would find me, they would cut me off. So at first, I thought it was just something, just to scare me away from having this kind of investigative report, because I was going to Kinjo, I was going to Western Cluster, I was going to National Police Company. I was going to I was going to other big entities, trying to uncover situations about labor practices. But then I was wrong. Those threats were intentional. So I then wrote a formal complaint to the Ministry of Justice on September 18, 2024. So when I did that, the Ministry of Justice would not want to see it as something urgent. I had to go for follow-up before they could forward that complaint to Unit 100 at Liberia National Police. And then I went to LMP. I was in Gregor Kuma office. I waited.
Have you identified any of the persons or individual behind these threats?
No. And that is the most craziest part, because all of the numbers when I tried to investigate, because I have my friends also at Lone Star. When I tried to go there and and investigate, they would tell me that the number is not registered, it's not in the system, XYZ, and when we call the number is off, these kinds of things. So that was something very, very scary for me. So the Liberia National Police called me into the department called Crime Against Self on October 18. I mean, almost one month later after I reported the case to the Ministry of Justice. Imagine. So I went there and they said, okay, we will go to the Lone Star office. We will ask for, call us, this and that and this. So that was 1 week. So another week, I went back to ask them, what's happening? What's the way forward? What's the latest update? Then they told me, we have not received any information yet. We want you to keep, trying this number. Do you have any issue with someone before this? I said, no.
I thought this would be your simple work. I mean, you have the CRD division here. Now here is another division. There are a lot of areas here that you can explore. I mean, my life is at risk. So they say, okay, we just want you to stay safe. We will we'll keep on the investigation and we'll let you know.
So let me read let me read a screenshot where it came from a Lone Star number 8669. Hi. After all the warning we have sent you when you were in Germany, you did not listen, right? You come back to Liberia and started your useless, sorry for the utterance, advocacy, and started your. So you forgot to realize that Liberia is not in the hands of your useless. Okay, talking about it's not in the hands of former President. We are not the men, so we are in power now. The writer claim we are in power now. We have the power and we can do what we want and to whom we do it to. If you don't be careful, we will cut you off very soon. We will come not only for you, but your mother and sister. If you don't take your senseless mouth from our government and the labor ministry, your family will pay with their life. So it means, whatever the case, the threat will be coming from government and the Ministry of Labor cycle. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean that's why I was saying, because I can recall just 3 weeks ago.
Have you engaged the leadership of the ministry in constructive ways? There at the ministry.
At the Ministry of Labor, what I do know is that I have been one of, I would say, blessing in disguise for them, because through my entity and my effort, we have been able to uncover many bad labor practices. We wrote them. There are numerous of letters. I mean that we have written them, asking them to go and investigate, bad labor practices, like the situation that was at the SRT Steel, the company at Chikisu factory. I was the one that wrote the assistant minister on the labor still Emmanuel. I was the one that wrote him and told him, hey, bad labor practices is happening here. Workers are not safe. They are working in an hazardous situation. I sent him videos. Okay, and then he said he was going to go there to investigate. 1 week later, it was when that guy died from the hazard work environment through that oxygen explosion. You see, so, and that is not just the only case. So I would say I have been supporting the work of the Ministry of Labor on a positive note, because
why would they want to kill you? Why would they want to target your family?
That is the question that is a little bit confusing to me, because I cannot be the threat here for the Ministry of Labor. I have been the one trying to help them. I can still recall when I was pushing the case for 32 workers at the New Redemption Hospital. I took that case to them. Hey, these people they were dismissed without their benefits. We need to look into this case. And we reopened that file. We investigated. We invited all those workers. And Abu, I can say to you, all of them, the 32 persons, they got their benefits. They got paid. It was through my effort. I had not taken that case there, Ministry of Labor wouldn't have known, and there would have been no one speaking for these people. So I don't understand where these threats keep coming from, because I think I'm on a good path of supporting the work of the minister and his team.
But they're saying that you should stop criticizing or being critical on the government and the Ministry of Labor. Are you prepared to do that, since speaking out now has become something that puts you and your family life at risk? Are you prepared to stop speaking in order to preserve your life?
Yeah, let me say this to you. When I was going to school and when I was at the International Labor Organization, I signed a commitment bond as a labor advocate that I will continue this strength. So when the Ministry of Labor is doing good, like in recent time, they came up with the vacation job scheme. I was happy. I commended them. In recent time, when they came up with the increase in price for alien work permit, I, for one, again, commended them and wrote an extensive letter to the minister telling him thank you. At least this, present a better case for Liberians to get a job. So if things are going wrong and I speak against it and you want to come after me, just know that you're not only coming after me, you will also coming after the International Labor column, because I report to that column every month. I send articles there. I report on issues that are good or bad. So just know that the situation you're trying to present to me, these threats will also be shared on international papers. So I think I'm on the good side that the Ministry of Labor should appreciate people like us. They should be thankful that we exist because we are helping to make their work easier. In cases on events where they are not doing good and we expose it, they should be happy that at least someone is presenting, a picture of the real scenario that could, present a better case or could make them to change things. So these threats will not silence me. I can say this to you. I will definitely continue my work, and we will see where this thing end. But the good thing is, I will try to be my own security. Do the best I can do for myself.
Have you reached out to friendly embassies and of course international partners? If not, do you intend to bring this to their attention?
Of course, definitely. I intend to take this to the U.S. Embassy, to the British Embassy, to the consulate representing the German government here in Liberia, and to other meaningful international, partners that are in solidarity with the kind of work that I do. So yes.
Okay, Josh. We just wish that you keep safe. These are very difficult moments. I mean, once you choose to be on the side of the people, and of course your view as critical on the government is. I mean, we receive these things regularly. So for us, this just add to the list of many threats and of course endangerment that hangs over critical voices in Liberia today. We're in solidarity with you, and of course, we are always available.
Yes, so I would thank you. And before you go, let me say this on this popular media. Queen Johnson of the United Party, you need to stop threatening me. She has to stop threatening me. Okay? I'm not after your job. I do not know you. I have never met you. If I'm speaking against issues that are affecting the people of Liberia, and you think that the Liberian government is your personal property and you want to go after people, stop threatening me.
Oh, she's part of those threatening you.
Yeah. She has sent me messages on Messenger, threatening me, insulting me, saying things that I just cannot say it on this platform. Sorry.
Okay, my brother. Kindly stay safe. Okay, so folks, you hear it. This is it. How do we exist? And I like the way George put it. The Liberian government is not any individual personal property. Right? If you think it's okay because you're getting 1 or 2 cents, and I like the analogy that was made by Councillor Lafayette Good yesterday. I read it when I was leaving the show. When Lafayette tried to paint a scenario of a case where the government is like the individual with the power of Anthony over to manage the will of a deceased parent. And then you have to equitably preside over those inheritance in a fair way. So if one group of the family member feels fairly treated and another group feels unfairly treated, if that group feeling unfairly treated takes issues up with uh, the caretaker, it gives you who feel fairly treated no rights to dismiss or threaten to eliminate that other person because they feel unfairly treated. You must allow a space where everybody's views and concerns will be proffered and addressed. That's how you build a responsible government. A government that listens and pays attention to the concerns of everybody because the government is for everybody. But to think and feel like, oh, because you are subscribing to the ideology of the ruling party, so that means you hold the right to the government than every other citizen. I think that is ludicrous. That is far-fetched, right? These are a radicalized jihadist mindset that each other people have to drop. But anyway, let's talk about drug and of course the fight against it. As seen with the new team there at the Liberal Drugs Enforcement Agency, Liberian citizens are dying. But let's talk to Sam Collins. Sam, good morning.
Good morning, Abu. How you doing?
I'm fine, Sam. We've been following, and thanks to your association with the new team there, I'm told you're helping in the public relations and media aspect with all that. But the team seem very active. But again, Liberians are still concerned as to the effectiveness of their action. So talk to us about what strategy are they using and how guarantee are those strategies in addressing this menace that's taking the life of our citizens and corrupting the future of our young folks.
Well, thank you to Freedom FM for this opportunity. And it is good that Liberians are now getting concerned as it relates to the fight against drugs. For the last 1 month, the DEA has been under the new leadership headed by the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Fitzgerald T.M. Biago. When we hit the ground, we started running and we immediately diagnosed the problem affecting the DEA, which led to the proliferation of drugs through. And we got the DEA before Biago was fighting drugs without a citizen approach.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have realized that the citizens have a very key role to play, we have incorporated them into the fight, and that is why for the last month we have been able to achieve those things that you have been hearing about.
So what role are the citizens playing?
Well, immediately when we got at the DEA, we opened a hotline,
mm-hmm.
and that number is intended for the citizen to call in.
So before then there was no hotline?
Whether there was a hotline there, but the kind of publicity that we have given in the hotline, going to community holding discussions, going to schools and sharing these numbers with everybody possible, we think that they have generated more interest.
Critics say the team is staging some of these operations.
There is no need to stage any operation as it relates to drugs. If we stage operation, I come from the Corwell Belt. My relative will get affected. Biago come from where he lived, and if he stage it, it may also affect his relatives. So there is no need to politicize the fight against drugs. Nobody is staging anything.
No, it's not politicized, but folks are concerned. How come in no time be here and then there is just drug bars all over the place, and the thing is becoming so normal and all of that. So how?
Because we are not going after the petty users of drugs because they are victims. We see them as victims. We are going after the distributors, and the distributors are in the communities.
Have you arrested any distributor or importer of these drugs? Any kingpin? Have you nipped any kingpin so far?
But you heard about the massive drugs bust that we did in district number 17.
where the two individuals were being apprehended by the trust enforcement.
But those are just mere individual escorting. Are they the souls? Are they the
No. The Nigerian guy that was arrested by the DEA is known as Dankote. He have a track record not only in Liberia but Seredun and also the Africa. So when we did our arrest, it was interesting to note that our sister agency, both in Seredun and the Africa, was also interested in the kind of arrest that the Liberian DEA may expected it would be Nigerian that was involved in the process that is currently being by and facing court trial.
So talking about the District 17 instance, the public became concerned. Why was the DEA reluctant in opening the boxes for people to see whatever was it, whether it's drugs or it's some kind of grass that's being put in there to create a scene and make it like you're arresting drugs?
Look, there were always, skeptics.
So why did the DEA refuse to open it? Why you couldn't open it?
Not about the consignment of drugs that was confiscated were being tested by the DEA. The DEA is that institution of
was it tested in the open? Was it tested in the open?
Listen, Apple.
No, you gotta be transparent with the fight. Now you gotta be transparent with the fight. So did you do it in the open?
Listen, you asked a very critical question. The DEA has been fighting drugs. The DEA is an institution of government that has the authority to fight drugs. Okay. Drugs are being tested in by the DEA with the instrument that they have at the head office of the DEA.
Where in secret?
Even the drugs.
Where in secret, away from the public?
Not in secret. How have we been testing drugs? How we been informing the
But you arrested a whole consignment like Jonga Flat Day, and then you just
no, listen, no, Abu.
But it was at the court, you refused to let the court take charge of it, and there was argument there. You took it and carried someone.
Then the court will have to take decision. If the drug is not a drug, or if it is something that people thinking that we are making a story, the drugs are now within the hands of the court. They will have all the rights to open it. They will have all the right to test it. But we can tell you for sure that what was confiscated in District 17 was huge quantity of drugs, and we have no.
So all those bags, you are confirming that all those bags were drugs.
The DEA, all the bags that were seen at Jonga Flat bags were all drugs.
You saw it?
Those are compressed drugs. I'm telling you.
You saw it?
I saw it. Yes, I saw it.
What kind of drugs were they?
Marijuana.
All of it were marijuana.
All.
But the public is concerned that you did not do anything in the open.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. It is good for the public to be concerned, and it put us on our ease. We ask the public to be part of the trust
also
fight.
Creates doubts.
It is good.
It puts doubts around your fight because your fight is not open. It's not transparent. What are you hiding? Why can't you show it to the people?
You cannot say that.
But do you agree that grass can be packaged in bag like that? Other grass can be packaged in bag like that. You agree to that too?
But then you are not doing your audience justice.
No. I'm asking you. You gotta tell us.
Listen. You are not doing your audience justice, and I don't want for the interview to be confrontational because we want to use your network. We want to use your network to provide information on the gains that we are making in the fight against drugs, and this is something that people are dying from. This is something to destroy the fabric of our very country. So we need to be open to it.
Yeah. So we want to be sure that the fight is also transparent. We want to be sure that the fight is transparent, and it is not just about showboating.
The current DEA management will not get involved with showboating. We don't want any political gains in the fight that we are carrying on. We are going after people who are involved with destroying the fabric of our country, meaning the youth, and that we have no need to lie to the populace. Okay. Drugs were being confiscated by the DEA even before the new management team got at the DEA. So why would the new management team want to make something that I call morale? For what reason?
Okay, I'm playing the devil's advocate, my friend. So, like I said, it looked like you're taking a lot of action, but the public want to be sure and guarantee that those actions are actually in the right direction and can guarantee that, yes, the fight is meaningful and is going to have impact.
The fight is having impact right now, and it's because of the interest or the seriousness that we have attached to this whole war that we have waged against drugs, and with the citizen involvement into the process, and with the information that we are getting from across the field, we can tell the people of Liberia that we are going to liberate this country out of drugs. The youth going to be meaningful. We want to make sure that they return to school, because we are going to make sure that they find it difficult to find drugs.
Okay, so the ones that have been arrested, you care to tell us where they? The last been arrested, Tramadol, the cocaine. Can you also update us on the status of Koso, the lady who was arrested at the airport? The other time the investigation, I'm told, was on. Do you have any update on that?
That lady is before court at the magistrate court in Mankini County, and it is something that I cannot comment on, because after she was arrested, she has been turned over to the Koso matter before court. Is something that we cannot go in the bag and confirm that she's currently before court, and we have taken some action already as of the day. Hello.
If you say before court, what do you mean?
Charged and sent to court.
Okay, and her whereabout?
When she's at the Kagata magistrate, I mean the person behind bars in Kagata.
She's behind bars.
Kataha.
So we will follow up with that.
Yeah, you can find it from court records.
All right, Sam. Thanks a lot. Unless there's something you want to add.
So yeah, because of the seriousness that we have attached to this drugs crisis, we have done few changes, and more changes will be coming up. We changed the duty at the Rabat International Airport. You know, drugs were being confiscated at Rabat International Airport, and our investigation showed that it was being underreported, and the ORC got concerned about it. So those who underreported the drugs are currently before the professional standard of the DEA.
Okay.
And so the duty at the RIA has been changed. We have also changed the commanders and deputies in Nima. We had a situation in Nima where the citizen arrested one child stealer, and were being informed by our officers that he later escaped from their custody. So we are investigating how that drug dealer escaped from their custody. So we have changed the leadership from the Nima detachment. They have also come down to Monrovia and facing question before our professional standard.
How do you change them? Do you remove them from the service, or you would take them somewhere else?
The thing is that when you are accused as a commander, the first thing we take administrative action, and that administrative action is, if you are accused, you are brought down to Monrovia, and then you are disrobed and turned over to the professional standard, and waiting for the professional standard judgment for further action can be taken.
So the cases you just name, all the officers, can you confirm they've been disrobed and facing professional standard?
Yeah, certainly they have been disrobed and facing professional standard. And if professional standard recommends that their action needs prosecution, they will be turned over to the Liberian National Police.
So what hope can Liberians have in this current team, even though they are acting? What hope?
Well, we need all the help. We need all the help that Liberians can give to the current team, so that they will be able to win the war against drugs. You know, drugs is something that you cannot say that since I'm not part of the current team, I'm not going to help. If you do that, you see that probably your son will get affected, or your daughter will get affected, or even your wife may get affected by abusing of drugs. So we are seeking meaningful and needed information from the public to share with the DEA, so we can go after those individuals that are in the community that are involved with drug trafficking, that are involved with distributing the drugs. So community involvement is very, very key.
Okay. In less than 3 months, the intern team headed by Biago has arrested and confiscated huge quantity of drugs. You agree? Drugs. Normally, what we usually see that these drugs get burned in the public, but we've not seen any of those with these cases. So
yes,
what's the status?
Those those drugs are brought to the warehouse, and some are before the court. So on a particular day, normally those drugs are burned on World Drugs Day. So when that particular day comes, the DEA announce that particular day, and the media, in the full glare of the media, the drugs are burned.
So you sure these drugs are in safekeeping up to World Drugs Day? When is World Drugs Day?
It is a day that is not on top of my head, but it is something that other journalists who have
So you're telling the Liberian people that they should wait all that drugs or keep it until World Drugs Day before you burn it, right?
Drugs are burned, and let me tell you this, right? If the warehouse is overwhelmed with drugs, then a communication is sent to the Ministry of Justice, and by the approval of the Ministry of Justice, the drugs.
I'm asking simply because of the risks of recycling. Normally,
to celebrate World Drugs Day, we burn drugs.
So we are concerned about the risks of recycling because time past, previous administration, they've been confronted with this issue about recycling the drugs and all of that. So we're
recycling is something that we ourselves are concerned about. So if it were happening before, I can assure you that it will not happen under the watch of the current ORC.
And it is not happening now.
It will not happen. It is not happening now.
Thank you very much, Sam Collins.
Thank you so much.
We'll find time again to talk to Sam more. Probably we can arrange to have the head RCP or ORC Biago. But yeah, folks, let me take calls on these and then we'll move to the final conversation. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Plenty of things we'll talk about. Just whatever interests you this morning. You can weigh in on it. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Discussion this morning. I want to disagree with Corey.
Okay.
Because we are fighting to eradicate or minimize this on the country. That's very expensive, very attractive, and money making things. You arrested even waiting for World Drug Day in our warehouse. Before World Drug Day reach, you think it will be disappearing? That is very bad. Immediately when you're arrested, that will be destroyed. You can't be keeping it waiting for World Drug Day. What you asking, when will be World Drug Day? But they didn't get out there. So you're just keeping it there before that day reach, it starts disappearing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let's take another concern. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my son.
Good morning.
Yeah, concerning the topic on our discussion, that man did not answer the question as he already asked this morning. Because we, the public, want to know, we want to see when they arrest these drugs, we want to make sure that actually it is drugs they arrested. But you asking he does the question all true. And then where the drug is being carried, whether they'll not be a bill of recycling,
they say they carry the drugs to the warehouse and they're waiting for the World Drugs Day. That's what he said.
You can't confuse the public with that statement. So we want them to do more. If you say you arrest a drug, you should bring it to the public, let the people see, and let them know. And in fact, this kind of huge quantity of drugs, who are behind them? We don't know. So, I mean, they did not answer the question.
Okay.
And we are still in doubt. Thank you very much.
Stay in doubt, Sam Collins. Good morning.
Good morning. I will let me say good morning to all peace loving Nigerians right tuned this morning. God service on this other end of the line.
Go ahead.
First, I must applaud my friend Fitzgerald Diago and his team at the LDA for the work they are doing. At the same time, I want to I am siding with the concern being expressed by the first caller. You know, my friend Sam Collins found it difficult to defend the indefensible. This is unprecedented to hear that drugs will be kept for a particular time, like the war drugs day, to be disposed of.
Yeah, but he also said when the warehouse gets filled and overwhelmed, they can
that's why I'm saying it
dispose
is
of.
unprecedented.
How you know it's unprecedented? Have you worked there before?
Not so, but I live in Liberia throughout.
Okay.
And I know what has been happening here when it comes to the disposals of drugs. Whenever a huge quantity of drugs is seized or bust, development partners and agencies are concerned with the how you got it, or eradication of drugs on the market will go together and bring the drug in the public. And this hasn't been happening despite the huge bust that have been making on the current team.
So this team said they're waiting for war drugs. But thank you very much, because we are very pressed with time. So let me take 3 more on this subject, and then we'll move to something else quickly. Good morning. Remember, the cash giveaway is also on.
To freedom. Good morning to our 1 billion listeners. My name is Rosin P.D. Not to be called everywhere. Who joined you from slavery crime community? Let me extend my thanks appreciation to the officer in charge, the ORC, for expanded deliberations as it relates to the drug issue.
No, not the ORC we're talking about. Sam Collins was talking about. Sam is a communication consultant there.
Hey, Jordan, you need to add the salary of the drug enforcement officers. You get bad takers. If you don't add it,
but if they get picked up, how they will go around the place now to fight the drugs?
Chief, add the people salary off. The first thing you deal with the people salary because drugs money not pay.
So when you add the salary off, what thing they will use to go arrest the people? I agree, you can add the salary off too, but you can't.
We'll look into the direction of the pickers. Because then the community dwellers will see how bad they get this. Around the 30 years of such drugs. When you add the drug enforcement officer salary off, then you want to that's a mad bluff.
Okay, that's a mad bluff according to you. Good morning.
Morning, Abu.
Good morning.
My name is Hussein Kill.
Go ahead, Hussein.
Yes, I come from Chicago. So let me appreciate you guys for such unique conversation. And I want to say the pleasant good morning to people that are calling. And I think it is only a good one that we appreciate the system, the improvement in the system. We had United Nations, the LDA.
You gotta go way behind these all kind of things.
History.
What kind of history? You still on history? You go vote for a rescue that bringing all the things in the country. You say you still on history?
Let's leave that. That was the point, right? So the LDA is the first of its kind to even have such electricities in vehicles, and I think we have to do more, right? We have to do more. But with the little, those guys are doing exceptionally well, right? Just few days they were in my community.
Okay.
And they did out of reach, right? So I would appreciate the president for standing up to the task and living up to his promises.
Okay, you got our appreciation, King, for thank you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
Go ahead.
Okay. So what I want to say first, I want to appreciate, the initiatives that we are taking. And then I also want to comment by saying that the DA is now actually doing extremely well in the sense that if you observe.
But you commending the people, they say they're not doing well. Then what are you commending?
No. I get what happened. When somebody working, you gotta help, you gotta appreciate it.
You're being sarcastic, right?
You can say also they should watch out, to do better. You understand? So what I want to say is that they are not doing extremely well in the sense where they are talking about, catching those BB drugs and other things around, but even in the community,
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm gonna hold it there. We get other conversation, but let me pay out quickly. I told you we pay *255*1#. So we're doing the draw right now. We're calling. So the person, I think that they ring back to you, so it's ringing. Okay, the number ends in 660. 660. The number ends in 660, and then we're calling. The first winner here of the first prize. Let me see what it is. What it is. This person is winning $5,000. So keep playing. The next winner is going to be in the 10,000 also, depending on the number of play. *255 *1#. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Oh my God! See, the phone is ringing, but the individual has not picked. But guess what? The money already in the phone. We just need the confirmation is good so that the public know and everybody know. And that's what we're saying. Okay, yeah, it's a good thing. But please open it on a flat bay. Let's see. And you know, bring the camera up so the post see. You know, there are people out there, right? The post see. Then you carry it on to the lab. You know, we want to be as transparent and open and fair. And that's how we think, because there's nothing to hide. They think it's overwhelming. So let's be sure, right? So that other narrative don't be cloud whatever efforts you're putting in or whatever work you're doing. But according to Sam, and the standard they have is that they will take it to the lab and then do their testing, and then they will come, they will say, oh, that thing you see, that drugs. So now this is concerning. Imagine that quantum of drugs or drugs entering the country that way. What does it say about security, our borders, right? And all of that. It brings serious doubt and questions over the folks. So *255 *1#. This is the third time I'm calling this winner. And once, okay, so we move. The good thing is the prize has already been delivered. So now, folks, this instance on yesterday evening, the police inspector general made a podcast that was posted on the police website. And so let me play it, and then we begin from there. It adds to a series of police shooting and killing innocent and unarmed civilians, justified only by the police attempt to enforce quote unquote the law. So this is where we are, folks. So let me go back and try to get this one here quickly. Play it. And then we'll be good. Where? Okay, it's on the other side. Folks, split there. I want to come do this thing here quickly. Okay. This is Inspector General Gregor Coleman.
Reporting that a police officer. Good evening to all. This brief is about officer involved shooting following multiple stabbing incident in the Congo Town area. On October 8, 2025, at approximately 14:58 hours, the Labrador National Police radio room received a distress call reporting that a police officer had been stabbed multiple times near the OLCC building in Congo Town. Responding officers identified themselves as police officers and ordered the suspect to surrender. After repeated verbal commands were ignored, officers attempted to breach the door. The suspect charged with a cutlass, striking and deeply wounding a second officer. The wound was still on his arm when he raised his hand to protect his head from being hit with the cutlass. A third officer intervened and successfully disarmed the suspect of the cutlass, unaware that the suspect had a concealed knife tucked in his pants. The suspect then stabbed the third officer in the thigh and attempted another thrust towards his abdomen. Facing an immediate mortal danger and in accordance with LMP use of force continuum, one of the officers discharged his service weapon, instantly neutralizing the threat and preventing further harm to his colleagues. The suspect and the injured officers were all
rushed to the JFK Medical Center, where one officer remains in critical condition. As we speak, he is undergoing surgery. And following the emergency treatment, the suspect was pronounced dead. The Liberia National Police deeply regrets this tragic incident and extends heartfelt condolences.
Okay, so RCP Gregory Coleman, we want to hold it there. And so, you know, the Inspector General mentioned the use of force. I mean, whatever manual or whatever it is by the police, the standard is a force. That means, at what point do you use force? The equivalent of force, the proportionality, and all of those things, and blah 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 and blah blah. So he quoted that and in a way justify the shooting of the fellow. So while that happened, former Education Minister George Werner, who happened to be a friend to the fellow that was killed, so he wrote a piece to help the public understand the individual, so that most times from listening from the police inspector general, you feel there was a hidden criminal with the intention to kill people and all of that. So the police had to open fire. But listen to the nature and the character of the individual that lost his life on yesterday to another incident of police brutal gun reaction. Now, we got to be careful how we look at this. Matthew, the fellow, was my friend, a close friend. We live in the same neighborhood, and I rarely took a walk without him. Whenever my car or generator gave me trouble, he was the first person I called, according to the former Information Minister Josh Warner, saying that he know this guy, a cool and calm gentleman that was that close to him. He has never been radicalized, he's never been involved into gangster behavior or what have you. That's the guy I know. That's the guy the community knows. That's the guy the country knows. About a week ago, a mutual friend called to tell me that Matthew had fallen ill and that his behavior had become strange, almost violent. He was said to be suffering from malaria, possibly cerebral malaria. Concerned, I reached out to several people to check on him. It was confirmed that he was mentally unstable. You listening? About a week ago, it was confirmed that Matthew has become mentally unstable. So this morning, a few friends pooled resources to help take him to the hospital. But when they arrived, he became agitated. Or yesterday morning, the event that led to whatever happened. So the former education minister called, their friends now. They were saying, so everybody put some money together now. So they went to the house to kind of take him and carry him to the hospital, right? So, but when they got there, for the fact that this man are already, technically gone mad, unstable, and all that. So when they arrived, he became agitated and violent. Sometimes some people are running mad. I want to see people, they can get angry, they get fast. Right? He became agitated and violent, injuring some of them in the process. Of course, you all might have had some interaction with people running mad in situations like that. So injuring some of them in the process. They had no choice but to call the police. So it was those friends that decided, since the situation is above order and So let's call the police, thinking that they do not have the skills, the training, and the capacity to put this man under control. So let's call the professional people to come and help us put the man under control. Sadly, the police response was not handled with the necessary professionalism. Folks, what did I say? The understanding of the friends there was, we are unable, this thing has gone beyond us. So let's call the professional people who presumably have the training and the technical ability and capacity to contain and retain and screen this man and continue so that we'll be able to achieve our goals. Sadly, the police response was not handled with the necessary professionalism. In trying to disarm him, to take the knife from him, one or more officers were reportedly stabbed. And as confirmed by the police officer, one of the officers got stabbed on the hand. And practically once you're trying to put somebody under control, you carry your hand and the guy has knife and then he's flying his hand, so the guy got stabbed on his hand. The other individual got stabbed in the leg from the photo we've seen, right? So clearly, there is no way you can say that the fellow was directly going for their life anyway. The guy is mad and he's running mad, he's trying to. So you hold the man probably at the back and then his hand. So he sent his hand behind, he stabbed the man in the thigh to take the knife from him. One or more officers got stabbed. In the chaos, they resorted to shooting the guy where no other place but in his stomach. So according to the Gregory Como, in that instance, so he has advised the police officers not to shoot the man in the foot, not in the leg, right? Especially understanding the condition and the individual you want to apprehend, put under control. They don't shoot the man in the foot. Yeah, it is sad that, but you understand, it's sad that the man stabbed people on the hand and stuff, right? Clearly indicating danger. So what happened to the man's leg? What happened to his foot? What happened to tear gas? But the police officers decided to shoot the man in the stomach. What do you think was the intent? The desire was clearly to kill him. Never to subdue him anymore, but to kill him, because if you shoot the man in the stomach, depending, you're shooting to kill the man. But if you're shooting to subdue him, you shoot him in the leg or on the foot. Right? Then you subdue the man because the man is becoming uncontrollably violent. Police shot him in the stomach. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. Matthew was a gentle giant. Since I met him, so clearly, it is clear that the strength of Matthew overwhelmed the police officers, just like we saw recently in one other violent video when two police officers were struggling to put a young dry-leg girl under control, fighting and going all over. Then one more over a Matthew, physical and known to be a giant, like the size of Matthew. So they got overwhelmed. So what degree of training our officers are going under? How are people even qualified to serve in the service? Because you have to have a bit of physical presence. That small community getting can challenge 2-3 police officers, and then the only solution Gregory sees is to give all of them armed, get them gone. There's a use of force. Use of force. It is the use of force mentality that he has placed in all the police officers' head and he had put them in harm's way. Our officers, me, I feel sorry for the officers. Trust me. This is almost the wrong time to be a police officer. It's almost the wrong time because the atmosphere is so unfriendly towards the police. Sometimes you can be look at the police of the young man that lost his life in Vatan, right here across the bridge. The atmosphere, Gregory, from way back, we were saying the way Gregory is running there, anybody who is a religious and regular listener to this show will admit that we forewarn. You know why we get to know these things and say it ahead? Because we speak with professionals. There are many cases that have happened, and Gregory's handling of those cases have been premature and entirely unprofessional. You have exposed, first of all, you started with demoralizing the police officers, right? Disrespecting the police officers and making them to look useless, to say the least. When you start to arrest police officers in the public and demean them, right? And demean them in the public. You go on the highway, grab police officers, you say, oh, they're collecting money from Kamen. You spray it on the car, you pull it up, you disgrace and demean and demoralize them. You're rendering the police officers vulnerable. You're not a good boss man. You don't do that. You preserve the image, you preserve the face of your officers, the integrity. Even if they are sliding, there are ways to correct them. But you start to come out and make it look like you are the most professional policeman in the town. And you come in, you deal with everybody, grab the other man, you pump tire, you get off your car, you. Say because the police officer didn't get driver lesson, you disgrace the man. What message are you sending to the rest of the people there? Oh, that these same police officers are violators. So what the Mega info law, man, you say you're doing the same thing. So then you're creating a kind of sentiment towards the police officers, even when they're enforcing the law, the feeling is like that. This is where we are. So police officer gets somewhere. The police officer say where that violent mentality, the place he going, they pull up a violent pusher. So everybody saying that. So any small thing it go into. This is not the best version of the Liberal National Police. And I know a lot of you, the politicians, will be clapping, particularly the supporters of the regime will be clapping. Oh, yeah. No, you don't do commenting with a civilian security architecture. You build relationship with the public. That other people power, that other people family has are dying so. So, Gregory, as you are defending this thing now and saying, oh, the use of force, that men are died, the children that left behind, your use of force will go take care of them and put them in school. Look at the times are hard like this. And officers are just useless. You take go and give it to the officers and they just opening fire. People call police officers to come put situation under control. So who do we run to now for help? When you call a police officer, if it could just possibly lead to your death. Let's open the phone lines. Let Librarian talk. We have 6 minutes. Let's take, we can take 10 calls. 0776 104 104, 786 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104. There's no history of this man being a violent man, being an armed robber, being a criminal, right? A man became mentally disturbed, and family and friends were managing how to put him under control. The police went there, they opened fire and shoot the man in his stomach, and he has died. Gregory said, I use of force. Good morning, let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
This is Derek here. Yeah, Abu, that's one thing I say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that brother was not normal. Officers are not iron. They are all emotional. Looking at the threat
that man posed to those people. Even if it was in America, that guy could have been gunned down. Okay, and the guy already was several of the officers who came to rescue.
His friends, several of the friends were already wounded.
Yeah, he wounded the officer. So the officer was left with no other authority but to gun him down. Who knows whether he was going to go after that man, tap him in the head and have him killed. So that we should look at it.
But I look at it now. Was that you are the officer, right? You are armed and trained, right? When you go and see the danger and measure the danger, right? What stopped the officer from shooting the man in the leg? Couldn't the officers apply tear gas on the man to subdue him? Because the goal was to subdue the man. But no, but we listen to the narrative. I play the police inspector general's explanation. Right? And I read the account from his friend. You need to be there?
Yeah, but you see, the human mind with always work.
No, they get a professional man. That what people can go for training for. That what people can go for education. How to respond to situations. So you can be explaining ordinary response, my friend. Thank you very much. Right? Yeah, a madman. You go put a madman under control. Good morning.
Yeah, my dear brother. How live were you, my dear brother?
Managing here. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, I will see the voice of Idrissa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a sad time for our nation to have a president who is extremely lawless. What you expect? Once the head is rapping lawless, they take down whatever, let me let that. So when they pray to the Almighty Allah, they try to kick this lawless regime out of power. Come 2029, Abu.
Okay.
That's a lawless extremely.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Go ahead. You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this week the word calling from Grand Bassa County.
Mm-hmm.
The police are human, Abu.
I agree. And the person whose life was taken is also human.
Give me a chance. Let me explain mine.
No, but I'm also setting the record straight that the person whose life was lost is also a human.
Yeah, also a human too.
Okay.
The fire, fire.
No, that you're sounding ordinary. So what are the police trained for?
The police get to bring peace, but police have been wounded. So what is that police to do? To bring it down.
So the men are rebel?
The man, he had a rebel when he started the police.
So when he stabbed the police, okay, he stabbed the police. So is it proportional? He stabbed the police, he killed the man.
He killed the police to fire.
So that how your own justice looking?
Listen to me, my man. You said police not fire the man you left. The police will fire that man you left. What you say?
You know what I mean? When you fire somebody, when you fire in your leg, you know what you're talking? You get scared to do anything? That whole never everything will drop from your hand. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay, you can fire the man you left. Pepper spray the man. Or tear gas the man.
Good morning.
Morning.
The situation you're discussing it happened right before me.
Okay.
Where I work.
Okay.
And the man in question, you people talking about, I wanted to talk to you off there because I get something to, I get all other thing to tell you concerning that particular case.
Okay, I'll get your number, right? I will call you after the show.
Okay, that's my number 077. I don't know whether you see it 0770.
I'll come in Yahoo on 1 minute. Okay, let me just get this number quickly. 0770 22 86 88. Okay, I'll call you right after here. So lastly, let me take Eugene Jibbo. I know, so now we can be too sentimental in the country sometimes, and then we miss out on plenty of things. But no, that's not how it's supposed to be, right? Let's be fair. All of them are human beings. All of them deserve to live. All of them, but the approach. That's why one person among them went to training. The other person is running mad. And that's why the book call you say, "Oh, can help us put the man under control." Right? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, Abu.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the thing, right? Greg said it right. Greg said the people call the LNP call center. All right. As a professional police, investigate. Why are you calling officers? Why do you need officers? We got a madman who we need to be put under control. Now the call center is calling the unit that is going there. You're going to engage a madman. That's the first thing, right?
So that was the first line of error. So it's like they responded to the case like it was not an armed robber or criminal case.
Yeah.
Because since they called the call center,
why are you calling the police to be the first thing? You're going to we want you to contain a madman. The police comes there.
All right, thank you very much. The police too should seek to know what are they responding to. Not anything you carry gunmen and everything like that. We can talk about this. Finally, Eugene.
Thank you, Abu. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Eugene Joel, and I call you the bypass. So Abu, few contradictions from the police. If you listen to the police RG, Abu, he already explained to the Latvian people the reason for which this guy was killed. Then the police RG is coming back to us that they will do an investigation. It's a contradiction.
Let me see you one. I'm sorry. Let me squeeze Festus Logan Revy.
Yeah. Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm so constrained to call. Actually, Emmanuel, I knew Emmanuel very well from the old road. Saw him growing up. I grew up. Although the description of him being said by the former education minister, he was a giant. Trust me, he was.
Oh, the line. Okay, I'm sorry, we gotta go. So yes, folks, that's it. We can go and talk about it. I know most times we get very, very emotional and ordinary about our conversations around these things. But yes, we can filter the ordinary conversations. But let's look at the reality. What the ordinary man, the way the ordinary man will approach something when you call the professional man in is supposed to be done differently. That is what I will signal the level of professionalism. So I still doubt that was the best approach from the police. I still doubt it, and I'm still very doubtful that was the best approach by the police. Police who have saved that life and of course handle the situation much more better. But again, my name is Abu Sharif. Until we see you, to have a wonderful time and remain safe. Bye bye.